Next we have our councillor over here, Jerrrome. Thank you so much for coming in. If you could provide us an update, that would be super. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. I'll try and make this fairly quick because you've done a lot of listening. But I was elected in May 2018 for the Green Party in Altrincham Ward. And the Green Party were quite a small little party, so it takes us a little bit longer to get elected. So we had to do a lot of knocking on doors, listening to people, and finding out about their views. But one of the things about the Green Party is we do believe that we should listen to local communities, and much of the issues that we listen to come from the ground upwards, and we believe that should shape solutions, it should shape strategy, and it should really shape policy at the council. We should always be listening to the local communities because often they have some of the best answers. But as a councillor, I think to sum the role up, we're probably a bit of a middleman. Not in a bad way. But most people don't really know that much about what goes on at the council. So what we can do is we can take people's issues and try and unlock the council to help people solve their issues or resolve them, or if they're not getting the answers they want to. But quite often the council doesn't really know what's going on in the ground in the ward. So we can take information and help the council too. So we do a lot of work in that way. But in listening to lots of people, we do get thrown lots of issues, and one of the lucky things that we've seen in Altrincham is there's a new estate called Egerton Park. I don't know if people know the linotype building on the canal, but over the last couple of years that's slowly been taking shape, and it's 2/3 built now, but pretty much populated for those 2/3. And they established a WhatsApp group organically themselves. And then they must have got hold of their councillors' names, because Jerrrome, my fellow councillor, and me got kind of about 30 or 40 emails in 1 week with all the issues that they had for their new estate into our email box, which was absolutely fantastic. But straight away we knew all the issues in that small little area in detail. So what we decided to do is why not have a little community event? So we booked out a local hall, and we really wanted to tell these people who were very new to the area what the area was all about. So we got the local PCSOs in. So the local PCSOs came along and they did a little bit on security. There had been 1 or 2 break-ins. We got the local friends group of John Lee Park, one of the best park friend groups in Trafford, really. They're phenomenal. They came along. We also got, there's a neighbourhood watch group in somewhere called Medway Crescent. And they're a well-established one. I think they've been going 5 years or so. But they do an incredible job in terms of doing the things that you've talked about, networking between neighbours, making sure that if a crime does happen, people know about it, and they're talking to each other. So we invited them along too, and we were able to bring that new estate and neighbourhood and introduce them to all these different groups and communities, and start to get them linked up, and learning the kind of things that those groups had already learned in the past. So that's something a councillor can do. We also work with the community safety team, which John talked about previously. So in one area, we knew from residents that there were quite a number of little crimes going on, a lot of antisocial behaviour. So in some of the ginnels, there were young teenagers smoking and drinking, causing a little bit of a problem in, throwing things into people's gardens. Some of them were congregating on a corner, breaking a fence, and those small little issues. But we're able to go to the community safety team, and they do respond very quickly. They were able to come out and quickly monitor the situation. They usually know some of the teenagers that were involved, not always teenagers. And they were able to send support to the neighbours who were suffering and go into their houses and actually reassure them and speak to them. But if necessary, they're also able to contact the local PCSOs, step up patrols, that type of thing. So it's the way that councillors can sometimes help with those types of issues. But one of the things that we have been involved in, which is really, really exciting, and it kind of relates to what the Green Party believe in. I don't know if many of you know Oldfield Brown, but it kind of sits towards Dun Massey in our ward, so it's right over on the edge there. But what they've done is they've set up a community panel, which probably meets every kind of month or 2 months. And on that panel sit the police, the local church, the local Friends of Cowfield group, G-Force, who do a lot of work with youngsters in the area, local residents, traffic council officers, and they meet up once every 2 months. And my fellow councillor, Michael Welton, he's been to the latest meeting, and they're setting up what's called an active neighbourhood. So I just wanted to, because it's quite exciting, I just wanted to let you know about it. And I don't know if anybody's heard of Chris Boardman and the Beeline schemes, but basically there's a pot of about 150 million available at the moment, and councils can bid for that money. But what they're trying to do with the help of TFGM is to get communities to set up their own active neighbourhood. And basically what it means is you're redesigning the infrastructure of where you live to make it safer for cycling and walking, and you can help redesign your roads because they will give you that money, and then you can put cycle lanes in that are totally safe. They have to be safe for a 12-year-old to be able to cycle on his own. You can put in walking routes, and you can then start to shape your area. And that's hopefully what they're going to be doing in Oldfield Brown. And we've got the National Trust on board. So there might be the possibility that we could close down one of the lanes and just turn it into a walking and cycling route straight to Dunham Massey. We could also use the Trans-Pennine Trail. So this is a very exciting time, I think, in the Greater Manchester, and particularly Trafford. And if we can get neighbourhoods really interested in kind of getting hold of this money, looking at their local roads and making them safer, we can do a lot. And obviously, if you make your roads safer, people will come out more. As part of this scheme, you can create little pocket parks, and you can create benches and seating where people can congregate and come together. Because as we've heard from Hale Barnes, a lot of people are isolated, sometimes don't speak to their neighbours anymore. And this is a great opportunity for people to kind of re-engage and come out and take ownership of where they live. So that's just some of the things that councillors can do and can help get involved in. So when you do get issues and problems, I would say do contact your local councillors. It's good that we know about these things, and it's good that we can kind of join people up and get those partnerships going, because that's really what this is all about, I think, creating those partnerships and networks and bringing different groups together to solve some of these problems. So that's probably all I'll say for now. I don't want to bore you too much longer, and you've probably got lots of questions to ask, so thank you.
Thank you, Dan. I think that was really helpful. I think another thing I was thinking was we could have a list of all the councillors on Be Safe. I do know that the Trafford Council has got a huge list, but it'd be nice.
There is another councillor in the room as well, Dave from Hale Barnes, so if you want to talk to him afterwards as well.
So would you like to give any update, or is it the same as Dan?
Caught me
sorry, I put you on the spot. You don't have to. You don't have to.
I mean,
sorry, Dave. Do you mind coming in front of me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Try and go without mic myself. In terms of some of the issues, it was interesting looking at that graph. So my ward for Hale Barnes includes Hale Barnes Village, Well Green, basically past Hale to Park Road, but it also includes a slither of South Timperley as well, so it's quite a broad range. But I did actually look at those graphs, and it did represent some of the facts that I know, and the issues that we've got, which we talked about before, in terms of some pretty substantial houses of size, but also of area, and there are some difficulties in terms of challenging some of those issues. But I'd certainly say, in terms of not just what Dan said, but in terms of the neighbourhood groups, in terms of improving home security, but also getting some of those communities, I think is really, really important. And I'm really, really happy. And my two other ward colleagues in Hale Barnes, I'm pretty sure a lot of the other councillors in South Trafford, to certainly be involved and try to see what we can do to try to build some of those links and actually help try to prevent and tackle some of the issues, rather than, because we're not, as John said before, we can have as many police on the street, but we will not be able to tackle every single burglary unless everyone works together.
Thank you. Thanks, Dave. Sorry, put you on the spot. Maybe next time we'll have you more prepared.